Good morning. It's day something, don't remember, but I got my little tea from the room. It's really hot, and I just want to show you what I'm looking at. I'm here at the restaurant to see if they have anything good for breakfast. I'm sure they'll have something good. They have something good within the price that I want to pay for it. Not sure, but it's worth a look. And then I have a physical therapy appointment, and then we'll get our stuff together and be on our way. Goodbye, room. You have been a delight. Look at all these views. So beautiful. Wow, this was awesome.
All right, finishing up town stuff. Heading to the post office and to the hiker box to give some stuff to the hiker box and mail some stuff home at the post office, plus some postcards. I don't know if I videoed this yesterday, but the post office here is very cute. It looks like the postmaster lives above, maybe? She's very, very nice. Very sweet lady. That is the shipping container where they keep all the boxes. All right, so Postmaster Katie does not live above the post office in that sweet room / house. It is a rec room of some sort. Also, no medium flat rate boxes, so mailed the only thing they had, a large. That is okay. Still works. And look who I found here making videos in a little cave shack.
I feel like every time I look out at it, the light's different, and it just makes the whole thing look different, and it's just really beautiful. And I love this is like the National Park bus, the North Cascades bus, and then that's the blue school bus we're gonna get on in just a few minutes to go to the bakery and to trail.
Well, that's huge. How long do you think it's gonna take you to get there?
This is the Stehekin River. Would be a sweet bridge jump if I knew the depth, had extra time, etc. This is Agnes Creek, which is pretty interesting. Here's Lake Chelan Recreation Area. It's interesting because it flows into the Stehekin River, but it runs parallel to the Stehekin River, but with a little spit of land in between for like, I don't know, it seemed like a mile on the bus. Very interesting geologic, there we go, feature.
Alright, so we have some very exciting news. We were just hiking, and a ranger was hiking the other way. She was like, I've seen blueberries. And there are blueberries right here. She showed them to us, and they're ripe, and you can pick them, and you can eat them, and they're yummy. And we don't have really a lot of time to eat them, but I'm gonna enjoy a few, and they're delicious. These are amazing. I really need my poles to hike, so I have to eat them all. I was gathering so many that sometimes when I was getting one, I would actually drop one, and I feel like there's a lesson in that.
Greed is bad.
Be greedy. Save some for the other hikers.
Save some for the bears. Save bears for the berries. No, save berries for the bears.
Right, so this is where we just came from. This is heading north. Lake Chelan National Recreation Area. And then over here, we're entering the Glacier Peak Wilderness.
Hello.
Wenatchee National Forest.
Also exciting because I've been in the Glacier Peak Wilderness before on a week-long backpacking trip.
Nice.
It was wonderful.
Are we in for a treat?
We are in for a treat.
All right, I'm excited.
I'll have to confirm this, but I think I've been on a short section of the PCT before.
Do you think you'll know when you get there? You'll be like, yeah, I can feel it.
Very memorable.
Oh, well, if it's anything like our walk through North Cascades, that won't be the case.
Well, you betcha. I'll be looking at the topo map and trying to figure it out.
All right. We got our daily sprinkle going. A particularly sunny sprinkle and particularly brief sprinkle, but we're keeping up with the daily rain. And you know what? I did want to correct myself. I realized the very first day we hiked in Washington, it was just really misty or like really foggy. So it didn't technically rain that day, but every day since then it's rained at least a little bit. And hopefully we'll keep it at a little bit and not go back to our really wet day. But time will tell.
Everything's so big in Washington. The trees, the plants. Are those two different types of trees joined together? Or at least like smushed together? I gotta say, this section of trail has been exquisitely maintained. I'm not an expert at judging cut logs, but that looks fresh. Thank you, PCTA, WTA, UFS, whoever you are. I mean, this looks like an absolute war zone, and it's all cut. You can smell it. You can see the sawdust. Oh, it's so good. Thank you so much. Well, one thing I'm glad of is that in California, a burn zone, this would all be extremely toxic poodle dog bush. Not so in Washington. Have it nice here. It appears the trail fell into the river. That's the trail over there. So, looks like people have blazed a little path through here. It's really cute from this direction. Doot, 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 doot. Stop.
Guys, I just had sort of a scary experience. Thankfully everything's fine, but have like a little over 3.5 miles to camp, and Henry went ahead, which is a whole other thing I'll explain. But anyway, I was just like, I look at the ground when I'm hiking most of the time, and I'm just really like focused on getting to camp, listening to my audiobook, and all of a sudden I feel my head hit very hard. I was hiking fairly fast. I've been hiking around 3 miles an hour against this giant log that I just did not see at all because I was looking at the ground, and it smacked my head, and it actually, my teeth, I guess my mouth was a little open, or maybe, I don't think my lips were open, but maybe my jaw was open, like with my lips closed. Anyway, it like slammed my teeth together. It was very jarring, but I'm okay, and I guess I should look up more. And the other thing is that I was going uphill, so I kind of like launched myself into it, which I think also just the momentum was like not great, but glad I'm okay.
Well, the plan was for me to go ahead and set up camp with Pamela, but the river crossing here does not have a bridge, so I think I'm going to wait for her to help make sure everything is okay. There's the river crossing. Lots of nice logs, but she really doesn't like river crossing, so I'm going to wait. I guess that's the actual crossing, but this is a great log. This is an even better log, and that's a great log. Just for fun.
Okay, this is pretty interesting. So I was just hiking along again, and I basically came out like right there, and all of a sudden saw the river, and I was like, wait a second, there's no real way to cross here. And it was like the trail just ended. I was like, did I miss a turnoff? Whatever. I get out Gaia, no. So I start walking basically like through these trees here. It's like not really trail, but I was like, well, this is where Gaia says the trail is, so I'm gonna go here. Then I come to this log, and I see on the other side of the log that there is clearly a trail right here. So I crawl over the log. But what it looks like is, it looks like the trail just got washed away, the best I can see it. Because it comes down here, and then it's just the river, and then the trail like goes into the, I mean not into the river, but right up to the river there, and then this whole section that connects them is just like basically forest that doesn't really have a clear path. So anyway, I'm guessing it got washed away at some point, unless it was just made this way, which seems kind of weird. But anyway, yep, just thought that was interesting.
Incredible. Look at the size of that frog or toad. It's huge. Holy cow. Hello, buddy. Why are you so big?
Wow. I can't stay because I'm getting swarmed by mosquitoes, but this is amazing. Ooh, you can even see the moon up there. Oh, that's beautiful.
I love hiking. I love through hiking. I feel so good. Praise God.
I didn't look until a few minutes ago at the elevation profile. Whew, it's gonna be a rough last mile into camp. But we have dinner from the bakery, so I'm excited about that. I have had so many issues today with these like dead pine needles getting in my shoes. So I finally like had to sit down. I've done this multiple times. Had to sit down and deal with them. And I realized that there was a whole other side to the scene I just showed you, which I hadn't noticed before. And I'm gonna show you now. So that's the beauty that I was looking at. And then you look over there. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
All right, made it to camp. Ideally, we would have stopped 2 to 2.5 miles earlier, but there were a lot of deadfall, so much deadfall that the Park Service has a warning not to camp the previous campsite. Far out comments are split upon the risk, but walking by it, certainly major deadfall around the tents that were set up there. Far out comments say there is some deadfall here, but a safe place to pitch the tent away from deadfall. So that's why we're here so late at night. It's only 9. But...
Wow, it is hard to tell, but the moon, it's hard to tell, but the moon right now is like so vibrant. It's incredible.
So, this is our tasty dinner treat. They're like day-old calzone things. They're very heavy. You're welcome. Oh, and Pamela's stretching. Sorry. Deer scared me half to death. I heard big thumping, and I saw those 2 big eyes.